Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout, scrap lifting Meridy from Not Just for Boys Kit Club, scrap lifting this layout here. So I am going to be using Fall Farmhouse by Simple Stories. I did use the 2 wood background pieces are from Close to My Heart. I am a maker, so I will have my link down below. They have a nice wood grain packet of papers that are all different, so I will link that down below. I actually had these 2 scraps here from a different layout, the green plaid paper and then just the orange paper. So I decided to use that on the bottom. I do have lots of pictures from the pumpkin patch, and so I am going to trim them down just a little bit so that they fit all the way across the page. And then I'm going to mat them just on a cream piece of paper. This is probably, I don't know, the only layout in quite some time that I am only single backing. But I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't feel like it needed more. There's quite a few pumpkins in each of the pictures, which is kind of overwhelming. So I am going to place the 2 on the outside. I am trying to kind of line them up. And then what I decided to do is actually pop the middle picture up on some foam tape. Because I am scrap lifting Meridy, this layout did not take me too long actually whatsoever. So this is a pretty quick video. This was a page kit layout she put together for the month of March. I contemplated it, and by the time I went to go buy it, it was all sold out. So next best thing is to scrap lift it, I guess, and give credit where it's due. So I will link Not Just for Boys Kit Club down below so you can check out what else they have. And so I decided to use this scrap and rip it all the way around as my kind of long lengthwise paper. And again, I am going to, I think, use a different orange polka dotted paper than what was on the front page. Excuse me. I had this 6x8 paper pad, and so I am going to use that. And then instead of using the whole piece of paper, I'm just going to add 2 scraps, or 2 pieces, one on the top, one on the bottom, so that I can save some of the rest of the paper. I did trim the pictures down so that I could use my scraps of the cream paper here. Otherwise, I'd have to cut into a whole new piece of paper. So I did trim the pictures down just a little bit. And then I kind of place them there so I can kind of see where I want the orange paper to go. And so I am going to place that cut apart on the left instead of journaling. This will be page 3 and 4 from this trip to this farm, and so I didn't feel like I needed to journal much more. I'll make sure this is, after the journaling pages. So I got those 2 lined up, and then embellishing. This is always what takes me the longest, especially I have found when I have an excessive amount of the collection. So for this collection, I have both ephemera packs, the chipboard, the sticker sheet, and honestly, it was quite overwhelming. I am to the point that I might downsize some of my collection, so I don't know. We'll see if I end up doing that. So I found that fall banner, which I thought was cute. It wasn't in the original layout, but I thought it filled in that space at the top right very well. And there was this really cute truck with pumpkins in the back of it that I kind of wanted to use, and so I pulled that out. And I also have the bows, and they're one thing that I don't use a lot. So I figured I would try to use a bow, just to kind of use them up. And before I had started the layout, I actually borrowed some dies from my aunt, the pumpkins and the acorns, and I cut those out previously from some scraps from the same collection. And so I had those at my disposal, and so I wasn't kind of interrupting the layout to go make those. So I did find those two chipboard pumpkins that I liked for the left hand cluster. And again, now it was just going through the other ephemera pack. And like I said, there is a lot in here. Journaling pieces, lots of sayings, just a lot of stuff. And so I decided just to place down what I knew I was, I don't know, ready to commit to. And then honestly, it just took me a while to really figure out how to embellish, I guess. So you can see I did commit to the banner at the top. I'm going to commit to these two pieces here. And then I'm going to play around a lot with different ephemera pieces. I did pop the truck up on some foam tape there, and here's where we're just gonna see what's in the collection and kind of play around. I really liked that wheelbarrow with the pumpkins in it, but because I had the truck on the same page, I just did not think it looked well. And before I started, I did try to go back into my fall drawer to see if there were any pumpkins there or sayings in the chipboard or the sticker sheets. That is actually where I found A Day to Remember. In the original layout, there was a big title, sorry. And this collection, there really wasn't any, I didn't have any titles, and so I liked that. It was wood grain, and so that is kind of why I picked the orange to go above the green plaid, so that there was more of a plain background for the title. So I'm trying to kind of play around with some of the pumpkins I had cut out. I do end up taking those pumpkins away above the cut file. As you will see, they do end up going back there. Again, it was overwhelming with the amount of embellishments that I had. And so I probably could cut most of the next little bit out just because it was just a lot of kind of playing. So I do decide to add something to the top there. The original layout did have a cluster up top, so I am going to glue that little tab down and add some enamel dots and date the layout up top. Honestly, I think that completes page 1. Page 2, I do finally find this Farm Fresh pumpkins, and I commit to that. Add a couple of enamel dots, but they're all the small ones, and I didn't like the way that looked, and so I had to go into my stash and find a different color, I guess, a different pack of enamel dots to use and kind of reposition those. And then I think lastly, I am going to go back to the die cut pumpkin and the acorn, layer those at the top there, and I think that's going to finish off this layout. I just really liked the look of Meridy's layout, and I'm pretty pleased with the way this one turned out. I did end up changing the bow there. As you can tell, I thought that the orange bow just blended in too much, and I just wanted to bring some of that deeper blue into page 1 because I do have it in a couple places, I believe, in page 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and check out Not Just for Boys. I will link them down below, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.